Could tell it's been a while since we've done this. I just made like the biggest rookie mistake.
You forgot to mute
I
our
forgot to mute
microphones
our
during the
microphones.
intro.
Not only that, but I forgot to actually get into a comfortable seated position and put my microphone where I wanted it to be for the whole show. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I'm supposed to do that. Jeez. Yeah, so it's
Bush
been a
league.
while.
Real
Yes.
bush.
Yeah, very bush.
Yes.
But I'm not editing it. I'm going to leave it in.
Okay.
We're just going to leave it. So
Sure.
anyway,
Just
hello
go,
everybody
man.
and welcome to the that threw me off too when you so ridiculous.
So we're
So
we're
go ahead.
just about ready to record. And Alex is just making sure, everything's good. We want to make sure before we begin, like, okay, we know what we're going to talk about and we're good setup wise.
I think in the show business they call that a production meeting.
I guess so, which we have like while we're ready to record. And so I just said, just go, man. And it popped him and he laughed and it was funny.
Yeah, and
I guess you had to be there.
I don't know if that was worth telling or not, but
I'm just explaining why we're
whatever.
laughing at that.
Yes. We're all about transparency, right?
Because we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
So this is the Homewrecker podcast.
Welcome.
If this is your first time listening, I am the Golden Greek, Alex Arion. Still feel weird saying that now. Joined as always by my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, amazing wife, the lovely Monique.
Hello.
Hello, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, like I said, that felt weird saying that because I haven't said that in a while.
Just say Alex then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be Alex from now on.
Because I was the trophy wife, but we're not wrestling anymore. So
it just feels so weird.
Yeah, Alex
saying
Simonique.
that.
It's us.
Yes. So how are you doing?
I'm pretty awesome. I
Excellent.
think I'm like, am I overstating it? No, I'm pretty awesome. Yeah. Our house finally got its occupancy permit. The build is just about done. It only took a year. Was told 3 to 4 months for our home to be built, but it was more like a year. So that's been an adventure.
One thing I didn't want to talk about, and you bring that up right away. Awesome.
I'm just saying it's good news. It's good news.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's finally over. I don't ever want to talk about it again.
Okay. And that was it about that.
And that was that. Yeah, fun times.
What's going on with you? Anything?
No, nothing really new. It's funny, before we started recording, I had just taken a shower and I was combing my hair, brushing, whatever, making your hair look nice after you get out of the shower.
You were grooming yourself.
Thank you. That's the word. Appreciate it.
Like a cat grooming.
Yes, I was right. Terrible. And I'm sitting there and I could actually, as I'm like, we have like a white sink and I actually like looking in the mirror and I happen to look down and I see like my hair falling into the sink. Like, wow, I'm like really starting to go bald. It's like falling out. I'm actually seeing it. And then I go, you go in here because I have a little brush and I kind of pull on the brush a little bit to see
the hair out.
And oh my God, this hair comes out. I'm like, wow.
If it makes you feel,
my hair is falling out.
If it makes rapidly. You feel any better, since I was a kid, my hair falls out so much, like in the shower, if I blow dry it, brush it, like I lose so much hair. I'm not bald yet. It grows.
If you would have let me finish, thank you for sharing that.
I was trying to make you feel better.
I didn't need any feeling better because I was looking at it. If you would have let me finish. Come on, woman. I didn't mean let me finish.
Kanye West. Was it Kanye West?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it, woman.
I didn't mean to Kanye you.
But no, I'm sitting there and I'm like seeing all this hair. And I'm like, wow. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm going to be bald soon. And then I just kind of went like shrugged, like whatever. I don't care. It didn't bother me at all. But it was just kind of like.
But you shave your head usually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did start shave my head. And I guess maybe that may be why it didn't really bother me at all. Cause I was like, oh, then I just won't have to shave my head. It's kind of like one of the first thoughts I had. It'll be easier. I won't have to groom, like you just said, as much. But yeah, it was just funny because I'm like, wow. I remember when I was in my early 20s that I started growing my hair out for wrestling. And I remember the first time I saw like what I thought was thinning hair. And I got so self-conscious and I was so just like, I can't believe my hair's falling out. My hair's thinning. What's going on? My hair used to be so thick and blah, blah. And of course I'm going and I'm so self-conscious. I'm going to all my friends and asking them, hey, can you see right here? You see how that's like getting thin? And they're like, oh my God, look at that big ball. Of course they're messing with me.
Mhm.
And there was nothing. I was fine. We went, I ended up going to, you remember those? I don't know if they still have, they must. Hair Club
Yeah.
for Men. I went to one of those and they like did the, what do you, they have some like camera gimmick
Mhm.
thing that they run across your scalp to show you your hair thickness and all this and that. And they went through and they're like, your hair is fine. You don't have, like, no, no, right here on the spot. Like, no, that's just the natural part of your hair. That's why it looks. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I literally was going crazy, almost going nuts, thinking my hair's falling out of my head. I'm surprised that it didn't actually start to fall out of my head because I was thinking that it was,
Mhm.
because the mind's so powerful, like we talk about all the time. And yeah, they're like, no, your hair's fine. And then as soon as I got that validation, I never worried about it again. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't worry about it again.
It's funny how sometimes, like, how often we need validation from others.
Right. And so what I was thinking was, not to kind of take this little thing home, what I was thinking as I kind of shrugged, like, going bald, so what? That's when I started thinking about all that stuff. It kind of like brought back all the memories, like, wow, how far have I come as a human being that I could give two shits what anybody thinks now? Like, I don't care. So what? My hair's falling out, big deal. It doesn't matter. And I think a lot of it has to do with just having unplugged from everything and
Mhm.
everyone for so long
Yeah.
and just being surrounded by family
Mhm.
and knowing, when you're just with people that you love and care about and that they love you for you, not for how
Your
much hair you
hair.
have on the top of your head, or whatever else. It's just kind of like I feel like, at least for me, I was able to grow a little bit, and like my that insecurity that maybe I carried around for anything,
Mhm.
just they're all kind of starting to dissipate, because it's like, it doesn't matter. Like I realize now, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you, what you look like, when none of that matters. It's just as long as you're happy with yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was interesting, and I thought I'd mention it because I didn't mention it to you when I first got out of the shower. So like, we got to talk about something. Good way
Mhm.
to start. But anyway, that to me, that I thought that was kind of,
No, that's
for me,
good.
a
And I
big deal.
think that's important for people to realize, like, especially in terms of looks. You know,
Well, looks are important. I mean, there has to be a physical attraction,
I'm just saying
but
though, it's
it
kind of
can't be
like you have to
everything.
be happy with yourself.
Right.
And, whether you don't like your hair, you don't like your face, whatever, your body, it's about being able to find love for yourself because once you love yourself, that stuff not a big deal anymore. That's
Yeah.
all.
And again, the thing with saying like how I was going so crazy thinking about like losing my hair and
Mhm.
all that when I was younger. And I think that if I would have continued on that way, because I booked that appointment quick,
Yeah.
because I was convinced, oh, it's gonna fall out, and
Mhm.
I gotta stop this. I think that if I would have kept on that psychological, I think I probably would have been bald within like a year or two.
Probably because you feed it into your mind, I'm going bald, and your
Exactly.
body's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, we're going
Yeah, we're
bald. We'll
going
do
bald
that
now.
now."
Let's do that.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
what happens.
Yep. So like once I got that validation that for whatever reason I felt I needed,
Yeah,
didn't worry about it at all. Didn't care. And
as you
and it was
shouldn't.
like, yeah. And yeah. So anyway. So that, yeah. Didn't think we'd start talking about hair, but whatever.
And there you go.
And there it is.
I do wanna mention that we got a chance to meet our friend Karen Rontowski. She's been a guest on the show.
Yeah.
I've been a guest on her show. We've been guests on her show together, and she was, performing comedy in Northampton, Mass over the past weekend, and I thought, "Okay, I am taking this opportunity, 1, to support her, to buy a ticket and support her, and 2, to see her," because I actually when we went to the Mothman Museum, there was a cute little, like, stuffed Mothman, and there was a mug. Mothman is my boyfriend, which she used to say a lot on her show, and I'm like, "I have to get this for her. I just have to." And so then I made her also a full body dragon organite. Um, I've been doing the dragon heads, but I just got a new mold to do like a full body. It's really cool looking. Pictures don't do them justice. But I made her a really cool one with like amethyst, lepidolite, rainbow moonstone, pyrite, turquoise, and fire opal. And it was great just seeing her, like not just giving her the gifts, but like being able to see her and talk to her in person and hug her. If you get a chance to see her comedy, go check it out. She opened for Jimmy Dore and his wife Steph. And I have to say, she was the funniest one, in my opinion. I thought, like, her comedy is so
You're not
great.
biased or anything.
I true, but
I'm
it's
just
also
kidding.
just like her style of comedy. It's not on one specific topic where
Yeah,
where you can be like, okay, enough. It's kind of spread out, so it's really good. And she also probably hear the water in the background from our lettuce grow system, so I apologize. The
that's
running
what it
water.
was that threw me off.
Yeah, the I know, it's like, "Wait a minute, what
That's
is that?"
sad.
It's the running water. Um, so she asked me to be a guest on her show. She has a Patreon, so sign up for that. She goes over tarot readings. She has an episode about, about she moved to Utica, being there, and she brought up a cult group, and she brought up how she thought hypnosis was a part of it, and she really nailed it on the head. She made it a bonus episode on her podcast, so if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. And she mentioned me, so I actually came on her show. It will be airing August 4th, I believe, and we talk about mass hypnosis, subliminal programming, stuff like that, kind of mind control sort of things. And she did bring up my organite, which was really cool. And even she said pictures don't do it justice. But I just want to say, if you're interested in my organite, especially like a full body dragon or a dragon head, I can do custom work now until the end of August, because when I make organite, I'm outside. I'm barefoot and my feet are in the ground. Like there's a whole process to it. So I do need nice weather to cooperate with me. But if you want something custom, send me an email, DM me on Twitter. Let me know. I'm happy to make something custom for you. And you can hear me on her show on August 4th. And I do want to also mention, I had brought up on her podcast the movie Josie and the Pussycats, and it was, I think, from 2001 when that movie came out.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
And so after we talked about it, I made Alex watch it because he hadn't. What did you think of that movie?
Wow. I think I told you last night when we watched it. It's like, wow, is this like soft disclosure or something? Where they like kind of, tell you everything the way society is and works. Cause yeah, I told you whatever the company was that was doing because you've never seen the movie, brief synopsis.
Mhm. So Josie and the Pussycats, it's a live action movie that came out in like 2001 based off the comic and the cartoon. And Rachel Lee Cook, Rosario Dawson, Tara Reeder, the main characters, Josie and the Pussycats. And basically they get signed to a major record label and they realize, sorry, spoilers, there's subliminal programming in the music. So throughout the whole movie, there's just ads everywhere, super in your face, because
Product placement.
we
Yeah.
we know there's product placement in what we watch, but it's really in your face, and it's just talking about how they mind control you with what you hear, what you watch, different things like that. So hence the soft disclosure.
Yeah.
It's really
So
funny though, so check
yeah.
it out.
Yeah. So the anyway, in the movie, the company, the organization, whatever that's responsible for that, basically says we create culture and this and that. And I was telling you after, like, yeah, that's like the Hollywoodization and movization of the Tavistock group, the
Mhm.
Tavistock Institute, which that's literally what they do. Like the Beatles were created by Tavistock. Like everything is a Tavistock creation that is allowed to become part of pop culture.
Mhm.
They've literally been creating culture since the 40s.
And yeah, because it's the record label, and then was it like the CIA? There was like
Yeah, it
people
was
from
like
the
the
CIA or
CIA and
somebody is there too
yeah,
because they're
yeah.
working together.
Yeah, because they all and they brought in representatives from foreign countries and
Mhm.
everything to see what's being done. It's like, yeah, that's the
So they can
Tavistock
buy
Institute.
into
That's
it.
what they do.
Yeah.
It's literally their job.
Mhm.
They sit around, they have all these creative, smart people. They come up with this is how we're going to push this agenda. This is how we're going to push this agenda. We're going to make this person a star because they do this and they fit this criteria. Like that's how they come up with stuff.
Mhm.
And they do, and it's open. It's out in the open. There's books about it. There's been documentaries about it, but of course nobody talks about it because it is still not something that people talk about for whatever reason. People don't find it fascinating or interesting, but that's where everything comes from,
Or they
folks.
just don't want to believe it.
Or they just want to, yeah, exactly. But
That's possible.
yeah, I just, yeah, definitely worth checking out if you've never seen that movie. And if you did see it a long time ago, revisit it. It's worth another watch.
Yeah, it's funny. I like the
It's,
music too. Kay Hanley from Letters to Cleo, Boston-based band. She did the
are they from
song.
Boston?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
She did the song. She sings the main Josie and the
I
Pussycats
actually, yeah,
song.
I mentioned to you too that the
It's
music I thought
catchy.
was very catchy.
And
Okay.
that's the whole
And
point.
I didn't, yeah, well, yeah, obviously, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. I didn't mind it at all. Typically, any, you know me, I'm not into musicals or anything like. I don't like that kind of stuff. But for whatever reason, when they would break into song or whatever in this movie, like, I actually didn't mind it. Wasn't bad. So anyway,
Yeah. I
check
do,
it out.
yeah, I want to also bring up so I don't forget, I am doing some group hypnotherapy sessions. So doing group hypnotherapy, it's not as custom tailored to a personal session, but you can still get a lot from it. So, my next upcoming group hypnotherapy session, I'm doing a past life regression, and that's going to be on Sunday, June 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to have the links up here, whether it's audio in our show notes, YouTube, I'll have the links, or go to my website, innerstandingshypnosis.com. Go to group hypnotherapy, click on that, and there's going to be more information if you're interested. I mean, I charge what, like 275 for a one-on-one session for a past life regression,
Yeah,
and I'm charging $44 per person.
it's
That
not
is a
bad.
deal and a half.
It's a steal.
It
Trust
is.
me.
But I want these kinds of things to be available for people. So if you can't afford the one-on-one, I still want to be able to give options that's more affordable for people.
Yeah,
So you can experience it and you have that opportunity to do that and experience a past life regression.
and maybe for somebody that is scared of the full on experience, they get
Mhm.
kind of a taste of it here and
Yeah,
got to dip their toes in the water, so to speak.
exactly. So that's going to be coming up on June 11th. I after that, because I'm trying to do one every month, I then have a stress relief group hypnotherapy session on Sunday, July 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's one that I think everybody could benefit
Oh yeah.
from.
I don't think I brought it up.
Bring it up.
I've been working and I received my certification as a stress management consultant as well because just seeing the overabundance of stress in our lives, it's too much and we need to be able to take away the mental and physical problems that stress causes. So, this is an opportunity, again, a discounted price to experience stress relief and find ways to help yourself better deal with stress, acknowledge when stressful situations are arising, and how to deal with it in a positive way. On Saturday, August 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm having a Dragon Connection group hypnotherapy session. The people I've done Dragon Connection with, I've gotten such good feedback with because if you know me, you know that I am connected with the dragons. I see them, I talk to them, I work with them, and we all can do this. And I want everyone to be able to. So you go into hypnosis and you just call in your dragons and they come to you. If there's more than one, you ask one to come forward and you start communicating with them and you learn how to better communicate with them in your day-to-day life. So you don't need hypnotherapy or necessarily meditation. You just are able to get their set like the feeling from them or guidance from them or their messages and just be able to work with them every day.
When I had, I was a participant in this with you.
Yeah.
I anytime I've been hypnotized, I don't really see stuff. It just I just don't see things. I was seeing things with that particular hypnosis. It was pretty exciting and very interesting that that particular hypnosis got me to finally see something.
Not everyone's
So
visual.
I thought that I was one of those people that wasn't visual, but I guess with this that particular
It
session,
worked.
it
Yeah.
worked. So
And
definitely interesting.
oh yeah. And then I also have a group inner child session on Saturday, September 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Inner child, we all need to do it. Like, it's amazing because even if you don't have any issues from childhood, or you don't think you do, I've hypnotized people doing inner child, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, it's like they've blocked stuff out and it comes to light, and we're able to work with dealing with that. And sometimes it's about being able to forgive yourself. Your inner child's forgiving you for something, or you just get to play with them and have fun and enjoy that childlike play fun aspect. So there's a lot of ways it can go. And that's something that everyone can benefit from. So if any of these, ring your bell, then go to my website, Understanding Hypnosis, sign up for one, sign up for all, whatever floats your boat.
Booyah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. The mind, we all have it. We all use it. Wouldn't it be great if you could use it to your benefit, though, and not someone else's?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we talked about that on Karen's episode. Check it out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that's coming up with you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. It's fantastic. So, what do you want to talk about? Anything else you want to talk about? Anything going on currently that you could think of? See, this is why we haven't recorded in a while, everybody. If anybody is curious, we really have kind of unplugged from just about everything as relates to the mainstream. We don't watch the news. We haven't for a long time. Don't really keep up on what's going on in the world. And so it's kind of been like we'll record when we feel like we want to now, because before I feel like our conversations and show quality, if you want to call it that, were lacking, started to lack a little bit towards the end, because it was almost like felt like we had to get something out.
Yeah.
And then realizing that no, we don't have to do anything.
And it's a lot of work
And
researching everything.
Right. And just since we've moved and where we are at now, there's just a lot of work, daily work that needs to be done, and not as much free time to do that kind of research that we used to do and pour into topics and things for the show. And now, again, it's kind of one of those, just a growing process, an evolving process. I don't feel like I need to give my opinion on everything. It's just maybe things that now interest us more than others.
Yeah. I mean, we're busy. We have 3 kids. There's a lot more land to have to take care of. I'm trying to grow food, and we have chickens and, animals. It's a lot of stuff. And
The lifestyle is different.
yeah, and that's the thing, like, I
And
love taking care of the chickens. I don't
yeah,
mind cleaning their
that's
coop. I love my chickens. I call them my chickens, they're our chickens, but I notice I get really possessive in terms of my, because they're yours and they're mine.
you're
So
so possessive.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
But I love taking care of the chickens. I
Yeah, I do
enjoy
too.
it. I
Yeah.
love working in the garden. I love growing food. Okay, I want to ask people this. Am I the only person who gets ridiculously excited every time a seed sprouts? Like, I'll start growing the seeds in the lettuce grow system. And as soon, like, I talk to my seeds and my plants and everything, but as soon as it sprouts, I get so excited every single time without fail. And I'm
That's a
curious,
fact.
is anyone else like this? Or is it just me?
I'm sure this is not a reaction unique to you. Sure that there are plenty of people who act the same way, and why wouldn't you? You're seeing, excuse me, you're seeing life. You're witnessing. You gave life to that
Exactly.
seed, to that seed by
Yeah.
caring for it, putting it in its proper environment, the soil, and then giving it what it needs, which is water to suck in
The
the nutrients from that
nutrients. Yeah.
soil. You're nurturing it, you're feeding it. Now you're watching it grow. You're watching life grow.
Mhm.
It's not any different than anything else. So why not be excited about that? I don't think that it's something that to be ashamed of or to think is weird. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't
Not
worry
not that
about
you're
it. I'm
worried
just
about it. I just
curious.
yeah, not that you're
I'm
worried
just
about it.
curious.
So yeah, that's pretty cool, I think.
I get excited.
I don't do backflips like you do when it happens, but I always think it's cool. Because I mean, also think about it. You're waiting what? It's usually at least a couple of days before you see
Yeah, usually a
anything.
few days at least. Certain seeds take
So
longer.
it's that waiting game,
Mhm.
and then when sitting and waiting and it happens, you're like, yes. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you'd when we were kids and you'd send away for something in the mail and it would take
It would take 6 to 8
6 to 8
weeks.
weeks shipping
Sometimes
and
like
handling
8 to 12 weeks.
or whatever it was. And then when it finally came, you're like, yeah, you'd be all excited because it's that anticipation,
Yeah.
which it's like almost non-existent
It's like you forgot about it
in
by the
today's
time
world
it
of
came.
instant
I
gratification.
know. I know.
So yeah, no, I don't think that's weird. I think it's awesome.
So you had an old magazine that you had.
Yeah, yeah. It was an old Men's Health magazine from 2006, and it had an article. It was the September 2006 issue of Men's Health, and I sold it on eBay. Somebody bought it, and so I was just going to package it. I'm like, this thing, and I just opened it up, and it opened on this article, and it's again Men's Health magazine, but it's an article written by a woman
Allegedly.
allegedly, and it's called the it's in the hooking up section, which I just noticed. I didn't even notice that. So I photocopied this thing because I thought it was so preposterous. So it's in the hooking up section, and the article is titled "Make Her Fantasies Come True." A woman's sexual wish list is surprising, lustful, and driven by can't wait urgency. Just
Is
ask.
she talking about herself? So I only looked at a
I don't
couple of the
know.
things she said and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I just thought it was funny, and I'm looking at it, so this article, it's like a 2 page little thing, maybe a page because it's got half a page is
The intro or
the a picture of a
picture.
girl that looks like in the shower. I don't know,
It's like
whatever.
she's in a bikini
She's a bikini,
with
but
a
like
chain going around her neck and all the way down and like these little shorts that hang off of her hips. And she's like being like somebody has a fire hose behind her and
maybe
it's like splashing
yes.
out at her.
Okay, I thought she was taking it's maybe it's because it's the black and white photocopy, but yeah, I thought she was taking a shower. It's whatever, weird. Anyway, so there's a little graph where they supposedly asked 800 women to rate how hot men look when they're doing everyday stuff, and that's when I started laughing because I'm like, what is this, and how different is this
I
from
didn't
what
look at
today would
that.
be?
So go over it, please.
All right, so they have a scale of 1 to 10, and 1 being whatever, and 10 being help me unhook my bra. Yeah, so cheesy, right?
Okay.
You could tell this was targeted at men in my age group at the time would have been in your 20s, men in their 20s, right? Single men in their 20s. So lifting weights got on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 6. Playing
Okay, wait a minute.
guitar.
A guy lifting weights does nothing for me. I don't give a shit.
Okay, this is
I
800
know.
women.
I'm just saying, me personally, I'll see like what I think about that because I'm a woman.
Yeah, perfect. Playing guitar
Don't care.
got a 2. Shaving in boxer briefs
What?
was a 9.
What? Who the
You're
fuck
t-
cares? You're
you're telling
grooming
me
yourself.
you're
Do
telling me
guys get turned on by women shaving their legs or brushing their hair? Like, ooh, I'm shaving my armpits. Are you hot?
all right. Building something got a 4. All right.
Eh,
Strolling thoughtfully through a museum.
what?
First off, what
For
guy
the
does
woman who
that?
likes the pensive man.
How yeah, right. So I got a 3. Which funny, I would have thought playing guitar would be more of a whatever.
Maybe if you were the lead singer of a band.
This is the one that I thought, okay, if this is legit, I can see this being true if this was legit. Playing with young children got a 10 because if you think about it, traditionally, that's what women want is
A good
a good man who's gonna
husband and
husband and
father.
father, right?
I guess the question is whose children are they?
Okay. Well, I obviously, you're at a barbecue, little kids that are there, maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who else's children would they be.
His own with his
Uh,
wife.
but okay, but
I,
this is supposed to be
no, I
for
get
like
it.
okay. Anyway, all right.
So go find some
Uh,
kids, rent some kids, and
I,
play with them at
I
the park and pick
I
up
guess
women.
that's why I'm like, yeah. What? So what? Yeah, that's true. So we'll move on and we'll come back and dissect some of these. Talking nicely with his mom got
I
a
guess.
7.
Do you like his mom?
Right. Yeah, I guess that probably wouldn't matter. Uh, here's the other one. Working in the yard shirtless was a 10. So is that like a turn on? Or
No.
you think
Well, it's
yeah.
like you're working. I guess when you're, I don't like watch you work. Like, ooh, it's like usually we're outside working together. We're doing stuff, or you're doing something, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But I think it depends because if you have a guy like, I don't know. I guess it depends. See, like none of this matters. Okay, go on.
Next, dancing well. That got a 9.
I
I could
guess.
see that. I guess I could see from personal experience, any guy that I knew that could actually dance seemed to have a better or higher success rate with women that I knew personally. Because I'm not a dancer, I've tried with you. I'm not afraid to try. I just it's not something.
Yeah.
It's all about feel, right? That's never something I felt. Running the grill at a cookout.
See that? I don't care about the guy. I care about the food on the grill. That's what I'm watching.
Well, that got an 8. So apparently, watching a guy run a grill made these people want to
Again,
unhook their bra.
it could be like a centaur running the grill. I don't give a shit as long as what's on the
This
grill
is
looks good and smells good.
this one is awesome. Doing yoga. I don't know why that popped me so good.
Jacket.
It got a 1.
Rightfully so, I bet.
I was gonna say, and rightfully so. And I think that even if that got like higher, Men's Health would have probably put that at 1 anyway. They would have skewed the results. uh Ordering dinner for both of us. Got a 6.
Doesn't that set women back? Like having the man order for you. What? I can't give my own order.
We're not turning this to a discussion about
I'm just
feminism.
like, how is that attractive? I want to watch
Some
you put in an order for me
some
that's going to be totally wrong, and I'm not going to be happy with what you order.
well, I would think that I don't know.
I
Some
guess, I
some women
guess,
maybe like that.
I
Maybe I
guess
don't
I
know.
would be impressed if I told you what I wanted and you actually like were able to give it to the waiter or waitress
Maybe
properly.
that's yeah.
That because I'm very picky.
I was gonna say because I think wouldn't that
I'd be
be
like, wow,
impressive?
you did it.
Like the fact that it shows the guy's listening to you and then being assertive enough and almost what's the word? I don't know, ordering for you.
I
It's just
guess
it's kind of chivalrous, isn't
my
it?
mindset is, are you going to be the reason my order screwed up and I'm going to be unhappy with my meal or not? Will I be happy with it?
Yeah, right.
I'm a very food motivated person.
Yeah, no denying that. Next on the list, building a campfire. That got a 4.
I guess I'm seeing most
So
of the stuff as like functional things.
so dancing well, ladies want to get with you, but if you can keep them warm, so they're not so turned on by that. They don't care.
I,
According to this survey.
it's so funny. Like some of the sexiest stuff you've ever done is like, I want to order Chinese food. And I'm like, that's so hot. Talk dirty to me some more.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
like crab rangoon. I'm like, oh,
Okay, so I guess I don't have to ask the follow up question. So, hun, what turns you on?
you ever see
You've
the
already
side
gone you've gone there. You blew
episode
that spot.
with George Costanza where he's
No,
like eating it while you're having sex? And he's like has a sandwich and he like comes out from under the blankets or sheets
no.
and he's eating a sandwich.
I've only seen a couple of episodes of Seinfeld, not because I didn't like it or anything like that, just because I never got into it, and that's not one that rings a bell. I don't
Okay,
think I saw that.
is there any more?
So the final one, running shirtless, that got a 10. So you tell me if I took my shirt off and ran around outside right now and started picking up a rake and working in the yard while running and playing with our young children. All the things that got
I would
10
be
out of 10s,
impressed. I would be
all the things that got
impressed.
10 out of 10s here, that wouldn't turn you on.
I don't know.
Damn
I
it.
think
Worthless
I'm not
article.
I'm not
Lies
like
printed.
that. I'm more of like a personality, conversation, sense of humor, that kind of stuff. Like that your daily actions, being a good human being and doing something nice and kind, that's the kind of stuff. Not necessarily all the physical stuff. It's more about like you as a person.
So all those dancing lessons that I've been taking in secret to surprise you were
All
for
for naught.
nothing. Damn it.
Should have ran it by me first.
Sugar. So yeah, that's that. That's what the survey said. And then now if you want, we can talk about some of these. These are just
I want to because a
so
few of the things I thought,
ridiculous.
what?
And I,
What? And I
what
only looked at a few and I'm like, okay, fuck this.
uh
Forget it.
okay. So I don't want to get like too because some of these get a little
We'll just go through
they
them
get a
and
little
there's some of
explicit,
yeah.
but this is the author. Again, I don't know if this is the real name or not, but it is Nicole Beland. So if this is a real person in 2006, this is what she thought a woman's sexual wish list
Is it
would
what
be.
okay, go through it because I'm thinking, is it what she thought or what she thought men would want to hear?
I'm guessing that this is probably uh well, it says here that this is her speaking on behalf of her gender. That's the last sentence here
Okay, let's
in
see if
the
this is
introduction
agreeable.
here.
Even a young
So
20-something-year-old me.
on behalf of Nicole Beland, she wishes that you would
Men.
men now shower before bed, which I think that seems like
Yeah.
okay, that's reasonable.
You know what?
It's a
I know
reasonable
personally,
request.
like I shower at the end of the day before I go to bed, not first thing in the morning.
Some people take 2 showers.
Yeah, done that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, some of these that are a little more not as risque, not as PG or R rated, I should say. I'll read some because I think they're just funny. So in the shower before bed, she writes, seeing you emerge from a steamy bathroom with droplets of water clinging to your biceps makes me want to dry you off with my tongue. And then she gets a little bit more
Oh,
risque.
I thought it
Uh,
was because you want to be clean before you go to bed. Like, yes, we should all be clean.
then she wants men to talk dirtier, much dirtier. And I will not kick it up a notch from there.
Okay, my thoughts on that is some people are into that, but not everyone is. And it's kind of like, I'm going to get into the problem with this, but go through.
Mow the lawn in jeans and no shirt so I can play desperate housewife from the window.
All I think of is Can't Buy Me Love. Like, is this Can't Buy Me Love? What's going on here?
I don't know. Ask me to perform yoga poses naked.
Okay, what if you don't do yoga?
Uh,
Are you just going to wing it and hope you don't hurt
uh,
yourself?
I'm gonna skip a couple here. Read up on sex. I don't even want to get into that one.
It's one of
That's
the
just
most
so.
natural things that people do, but let's read about it, you know?
Yeah. Make your move the second we walk in the door,
Oh,
or while we're still in the hallway.
okay. I saw that. Make your move the second. Oh,
Second you
we
walk
walk
in
in
the
the door.
door. We
But
walk in the door.
I guess it
Yeah.
depends because, like, effort, like, if it's something like I come home and you make your move, like, dude, let me like walk in the door. If we're on a date together, and I guess it depends because it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with a lot of these.
I can't even read some of these. It's just like, are you serious? Kiss me in front of friends or coworkers. They'll think we have a smoking sex life.
They think so. You can have absolutely no sex life, but we want people to think we do. Again, it's that
It's that
illusion.
it's like
Let's just put on an
yeah,
illusion to
let's
make people
all
think it
this
may
is more
be.
so everybody thinks we're like who cares?
Mhm.
Reward me for folding your t-shirts.
What? Reward me for
What?
folding your
Reward me for
t-shirts?
folding your
What
t-shirts
if he does his own laundry?
and cleaning the drain.
You know what's funny? Because you usually clean the tray. So should I be rewarding you?
Yeah, damn it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Get me drunk on champagne.
Yeah. See, I can't read the rest of that.
I mean, we can
It's
read
just
it.
we can, but
It's raunchy.
it's just
But get me
raunchy.
drunk on
Like,
champagne. I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't drink.
oh man. So
Whatever.
yeah. I don't want to read the rest of those. They're just like it's a little much.
Watch me shave my legs.
Like what?
Because nothing makes a woman feel sexy than having a stubbly legs and just having your guy watch as you shave it. Like I said, like, oh, I'll shave my armpits. I was joking and then, oh, watch me shave. Really?
Well, according to
She's speaking on behalf of the women out there.
yeah,
Is that a
like
turn on for guys?
I no.
Okay.
Well, not me. I don't know
But
about
again,
anybody
this
else.
woman is speaking on behalf of all women. So
Yeah,
all women out
right.
there, she's speaking on behalf of
All
all of
women.
us. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you.
Yes, if that's your real name.
Yeah. It's
If
probably
that's
like
your
a
real
guy.
name.
No,
It probably is
it's
a
either a
guy.
guy writing it or it's like she legit was like, I gotta make it so men want to read it.
Oh, you could, yeah, 100% you can tell.
Not because it's what women really
Right.
want. Here's a thought.
Yeah.
Give her a foot massage. Give her a full body massage. Make the bed and like do things for her. Make less work for her so she's not so tired. Stuff like that.
No, that's you speaking from the perspective of
A wife
a wife
and a mother.
and a mother. But is that how single, childless you would have thought? Would that have been?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
I'm just asking.
like when I was a teenager, I was in my early 20s working 3 jobs. It's like I'm working class. I work hard. And so you like when people do things for you that help you and allow you to relax more and not feel like you have so much going on that you can't think of anything else other than getting those things done.
All right then. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought I was reading this. I'm like, really? I've never heard any of this in my life ever from anyone. So what a what a farce. But yeah, I thought that was just kind of funny. Like, thought it'd be nice to get your reactions to some of these
What do
things.
you think about these? Do you agree? Have you read the full article? I mean, I'm sure
Well,
people can
honey,
maybe find it
September
online.
of 2006. This is old.
I know maybe somebody's read the
It's
article and they
almost 20
remember
years ago.
it.
We're like a whole different culture and society since 2006.
True.
Totally different.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about that.
So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, uh, you got anything else you want to add to any of this? I mean, you said you wanted to talk about some of it.
Well, that's what we were
Just,
going through.
just like you'll get into more of it later.
Well, I mean, it feels like she's more so writing it to turn men on with these women fantasies that aren't necessarily true. And she says she's speaking on behalf of all women and she did a survey or something, but it's like, really? Again, knowing how we know how media operates, and a men's magazine is media. A magazine is a form of media. And is that something that women really want and desire? Or is it just a female's perspective of what they think they want? Again, this is a men's magazine. Was she bombarded by guys about their thoughts about what they would like their fantasy with their women about what they want their woman to want?
See, yeah, I wonder about that. And I also wonder too, like, if this was a legitimate thing, which I really don't think so. What agenda would it serve to put something out like this?
Well, I just thought back to when I was in my 20s and my boyfriend at the time. You know what I really would have thought was hot? Him actually doing the dishes instead of letting them soak in water for 8 hours until I came home from work so I could do them. Actually doing the dishes would have been a turn on.
Okay, but that's
Just
you,
saying.
not most
I know, but it
people or women.
yeah, and it's like, I get some of the points of what she's saying in it, but I feel like it came off so raunchy. There was nothing sensual about it, there was nothing passionate about it, there was nothing romantic about it, and if all you're doing is like, it makes it sound almost like for couples in a sense, like, if
Yeah,
you're
I didn't feel comfortable reading the raunchy stuff. It's why? There's no need. If you're really that interested in what was written here, I don't know if they put this stuff online or not, but Men's Health from September 2006.
yeah, I don't know, I feel like it really missed the mark if it was really
So
speaking
you
on
don't
behalf
think
of
that
women,
something
and not
like this,
just
if this was legitimate,
yeah.
would this do you think that this would improve or help to improve relations between young men and women, or do you think it would detract
I think it would
and
detract
add more to
because
the men are pigs stereotype
well,
if
yeah,
men started acting like this to
because
women?
women often think all men think about is sex. And I think the important thing is talk to your partner, the person that you're with, have conversations with them and say, like, what do you like? What don't you like? Again, it's honesty. It's about being able to be honest with each other and open about what you like, what you don't like. Don't take it from a magazine, take it from the person you're actually with.
But how many people to that point, how many people do you think are actually comfortable being open and honest with their significant other
Well,
about
then
what they actually want or
you
like?
got bigger problems than
Oh,
your sex
I'm
life.
just
I
saying,
know,
you know, like how
my
many
point is like,
sadly, I don't
yes,
think a lot of people are
but you
comfortable
got bigger
doing that.
problems then that you gotta work on.
There you go.
Gotta work on yourself before you can work on yourself with others.
Look at that. Life
Mhm.
advice
Yeah.
from the lovely Monique.
Screw Dr. Phil, you get me.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Yeah.
I mean that's a good place to end this
Okay.
week. Just
We've missed you all.
yeah, we're gonna try to be a little more regular,
We're going to try our
but
best.
no promises, no guarantees. There's
Thank you
no
for your
guarantees in life.
patience, like just getting that we have life. We love doing this, but we have to take care of like other priorities first.
Priorities have
They
changed,
have.
and that's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah. It's just different.
And we're still happy, healthy, loving life, and hoping that everybody else is too.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
So
So
enjoy it. Enjoy life.
until next time, I am Alex signing off. And I've been joined as always by my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, amazing wife, the lovely Monique.
And you've been listening to the Homewrecker podcast.